Hey team, today I am doing my assignment talking about the pros and cons of taking a gap year before college. I'm going to apply this sort of both between high school and college and then college and grad school. So I can't really speak on much experience about taking a gap year from high school to college because I didn't do that. But I do know that a lot of people that end up taking a gap year or going to get an associate's and then not finishing a bachelor's, I know that I've heard from a lot of my friends and peers that do that they regret doing it simply because they sort of fall out of the motive of doing it. And then it's harder to get like scholarships and financial aid because your stuff becomes dated and, the whole nine. So it becomes a harder process to get into a college versus when you're getting all the help and receiving different resources from high school, as well as like a lot of the opportunity that you had in high school sort of expires itself as you get older and wait more. So I would say those are some cons. I would say a pro is you can enter the workforce right away and just start making money or saving a bunch of money. It's probably really smart to move out and start making your own money and then apply to college, because I know that like even though you might not receive like the same scholarships as you would have like having gone to college like immediately after high school, you definitely might receive more government aid based on your household income if you live alone and you're not a dependent with your parents, which is a whole thing. I've had a whole conversation with my parents about how it's crazy that they expect them to pay like, I think it was $23,000 a year or something like that. Or just in general, I don't remember exactly what the context was for that, but they were being asked to pay like $23,000 by the government, saying that they could do that, and they really can't. Like, where's that money coming from? I mean, they could probably, if they really wanted to, like save money and then do that, but it's like, it's just not possible to have that much money and just drop it on college for a lot of people. And in my situation, like my parents aren't really helping me pay for college, if that makes sense. Like they have been on like the loans, like they signed the loans and stuff like that, but I'm the one paying. So as college is going, like I'm paying my parents to pay the loan because they didn't want to be in debt, right? Because it's not fair to them either that they have to be in debt for me, so that's not fair. Moving on though to college and grad school gap year, this is where I'm at right now. I'm currently in the process of applying to grad school and getting accepted or denied from programs, and my experience has been so far like with that, I think that it's important to jump on it as soon as you can, because I was thinking about taking a gap year and now it's way too late for me to apply to a lot of these places. So I'm only able to apply to smaller schools or schools that have 10-year programs, because their acceptance like period is longer of applications, as we're like, if I wanted to go to MSU, it's too late, I can't apply. So that kind of sucks, but that's sort of where I'm at with that. And I think that's a con of doing that. But I think the pro of taking a gap year before going to grad school is, again, you can enter the workforce and you can start paying off that debt and like getting it out of the way, and then you get the job experience. So when you're coming into a program, you have work experience, and then you're being able to apply your work experience from what your undergrad was within that year that you took off or two. You can apply that to your program, and I think it makes it easier for you to be able to accomplish school, because a lot of stuff they ask is from a professional standpoint, and it's really hard to do that when you don't have work experience. I'm currently applying for an assistantship that has to do with public relations, and I don't have really much public relations work experience at all, right? Because I went to undergrad, and it's kind of hard because I don't have that up my sleeve yet to be able to do that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the pros and cons of taking a gap year before college. It's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but hope you enjoyed.